How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Laugh for Cards YouTube channel. Today we're taking a look at an awesome PSA submission I sent off a couple videos back. I purchased a huge Young Guns collection local to me, and I sent off 39 cards from that collection. So this one is going to be awesome to try and check and see these grades. I am super excited to check these out. So let's get right into it and see what we got on some of these cards. Alright guys, so we're just hopping into the app here. We will take a look at the PSA grade reveal. I love how they do this. They let you reveal the grades slowly on the app. So we're going to do it that way today and take a look at what we got. So we're starting here with a Miro Heiskanen Young Guns. This one again came from that big collection, but let's see what we got here. Bang! PSA 10. Love to see that. Miro Heiskanen, this isn't a crazy increase, but I'm still happy to see 10s on these lower end ones because it helps pay for the grading for the rest of the submission on the bigger ones if they don't make it, right? So Heiskanen 10, that's awesome. Let's take a look at the next one. We got Josh Norris Young Guns. This guy is back from injuries, having a hell of a season. Let's take a look. Bang! PSA 10 as well. Love to see that. That's another really solid increase there on the Norris. So pretty happy with that one. The last PSA submission video, if you guys remember, did not go very well, so really hoping to see a lot of 10s in this one. This is a really refreshing start so far. Let's see here. Next up we got a Tarasenko PSA 10. Very nice. Love to see that. 3 for 3 on 10 so far. This is a lot better than the last one, that's for sure. Let's see here. Mason McTavish, another guy I'd love to see a 10 on. This guy he's got a good future in the league. There we go. Another PSA 10. Love to see that. That's such a solid start. 4 10s in a row, not bad at all. Aho, another guy I'd like to see a 10 on. This guy is so underrated in the hobby. PSA 9, that's okay. I mean, not one I'm too torn up about. There's a lot of bigger ones at the end of the submission that we'd like to see 10s on instead of this, so I'm fine with that. Kyle Connor up next here. Let's see, we got a PSA 9. That's not great. Would like to see a 10 on Connor there too, but can't get too hung up on these smaller ones. Ilya Sorokin, I think this guy is a top 3 goalie in the league. People are gonna tell me no on that, but he is phenomenal. PSA 10, nice. I may end up keeping this one. I think he's got a big future. That's a pretty awesome card there. Jake Ottinger, another goalie who is definitely considered in that top 10 range. We got PSA 9. Not great. Would have liked to see a 10 on Ottinger there. Usually has big playoffs. Willie Nylander, this guy is on fire. What was it, like 17 game point streak to start the season? So 10 on this right now would be huge because I think his raw is like $100. Even a 9 here isn't bad because it's still going to be like a $150 card, but let's hope to see a 10. 9. That would have been big. That would have been big in a 10, but damn. All right, let's go on to the next one. What do we got next here? Clayton Keller. This one had, if you could probably see it there on the scan, had some really bad edging on the bottom, so I thought this was probably like a 9 or an 8, but I mean, you never know with these collections, right? So we just send them in and see. Okay, 9, we'll take that. Again, with that edging, I wasn't certain if it would even get a 9, so I'm not upset with that. Cole Perfetti. Not a super high value card, but one I thought I'd just send in anyways because, you know, getting a 10 on this would be bad. And there we go, PSA 10. Very solid there. Very solid to get a 10 on Perfetti. Another guy with a good future in the league. Dawson Mercer, again, same thing. Nice PSA 10 on that as well. We are on fire right now. That's probably a decent increase on that one. Jordan Binnington. Let's see here. I don't like this guy. PSA 10. Nice. We'll take it. I don't like Jordan Binnington, but we're going to take a 10 on that all day. That's probably going to be a $100 card for sure. Aaron Ekblad, guy, he's hurt right now, but when he comes back, this would be a good card in a 10, so let's see. Nice PSA 10 as well. Love to see that. That's probably a really solid increase from raw to a 10. Philip Forsberg, another guy just sent in for craps, why not? You never know. But we'll see here. Nice PSA 10. That's a good one. That's a good one. Bowen Byram, another guy who has a really solid potential. Let's take a look. PSA 10. This is a crazy order, guys. This is nuts. This gem rate is very solid so far. Off to Dahlin. This is a big one. I think he's about $200 in a PSA 10 right now. So 10 would be huge here. Nice PSA 10 as well. We'll take that. We'll take that. That's a solid increase on the Darlene. Next up, Stamkos. This card had a small chance at a 10. I was pretty sure it was a 9, but a 10 on this would be huge. I think that's like a $400 or $500 card in a 10. So let's see. Okay, 9. I'll take a 9 there. I'm not upset about that. Again, I didn't think this card was a 10, so as long as it's not an 8, I'm not upset. Moving on to Jake Gensel. This one's for the PC, so hoping to see a 10 here. Nice, PSA 10. I'll be keeping that one. Gensel is so underrated still, but with him being an update in SP Authentic, that's a bigger card than people think. Moving on here, Tyler Bertuzzi, new Leaf. He's starting to catch his groove a little bit with the Leaf, so this could be a good one in a 10 for sure. Bang, nice PSA 10 on that. I already got one, but I'll happily take another Bertuzzi PSA 10. He's on fire right now with the Leafs. Steve Eminger. Now this is a weird one. So it's an 0203 Young Guns. These are super short printed in that set, so it's harder to hit these Young Guns. He's about $80 raw. So I kind of sent this one in just to see, like, if I don't know what a 10 would increase. I don't know what a 9 would do to it. I don't even know if it helps at all being, like, if it was a 10 or a 9. So, you know, we'll kind of just play it by ear with this one. We'll have to shop around the market a little bit no matter what it got. But, wow, PSA 10, that could be huge on that card. That could be a really massive increase. Yeah, definitely excited to see that for sure. Moving on here, Thatcher Demko, another goalie that's right up there with the top. Would love to see a 10 on this one. PSA 9, that's okay. There's got to be some 9s. Our gem rate has been insane so far, so I'm not going to get too upset about that. Take a look, Andrei Svechnikov here. PSA 10, nice, very solid. We'll take a PSA 10 on Svechnikov all day. Let's see, next up here, Pettersson. This guy is on fire. He is like 300 now in a PSA 10, I think. These were like 180 a little while back. Raw, I think he's about 80 to 90 bucks. It did have some edging on the back, which I wasn't sure if we had a chance here. Bang, that's a huge one right now to get a 10 on. That's awesome. We'll take that. Happy with a PSA 10 for sure. Moving on, Brady Tkachuk, another guy I'd love to see a 10 on. He is just a workhorse in the league. So let's take a look here. Guys, this submission is nuts. Another PSA 10 for Tkachuk. That is amazing. That's another great increase. Let's see here, Carter Hart, not having a great season. Hasn't had a great season for the last couple of years. Hopefully he can find his step again. This one didn't really matter. I kind of just sent it off. But we'll take a 10. There we go. Another PSA 10 for Carter Hart. Let's see here, moving on. Shane Wright, this one's more for me. I watched him play in juniors a lot, so I'd like to see a 10 here just so I can keep it. I think he's got a good future. He's just not flashy, which is why his hobby value isn't up there. But we skipped past it. Take a look. PSA 9, whatever. I'm still going to keep it. That would have been cool to see a 10 on that, but I'm sure I could pick up a 10 pretty cheap right now. So moving on, Quinn Hughes. This guy is the face of the hobby right now. Him and Jack are what everyone wants. So a 10 on this, I think he's about $350 right now in a 10. So this is one that's gained huge value since I set this card off. So let's take a look. Nice. PSA 10, that's huge. That is phenomenal. That's a really big increase on that card. Next up, Kirby Dach, new Montreal Canadian. He's hurt right now again as well, but you know, hopefully he can have a little bit of a bounce back. We'll take a PSA 10 on that. That's going to be a nice one to hold on to for a bit. Shesterkin, right up there for goalies. This is, I'm not sure what this is in a 10 now. I know it was pretty high at one point because he is an update, so it's harder to find Young Guns than most. But let's take a look. PSA 10. There we go. We'll take a PSA 10. There's my card ladder notifications right there. But that's a great 10. That's going to be a nice increase as well. We're on fire for 10s right now. Lafreniere, what more is there to say about this kid? He's having a good season, and I think he's only going up. Nice 10. I will happily take that. That's one I'd like to hold on to for a bit. His values are still pretty low. Kaprizov having a down year, but you know, his cards are always a solid increase from raw to a 10. And there we go, PSA 10. We'll take that all day. Nice one here, Jack Eichel, recent Stanley Cup winner. These are really tough to grade, I find. I don't think I've ever hit a 10 on an Eichel. So, I mean, I kind of just send them in out of spite now. But as you can see on the back there, the four corners on the back weren't very clean, but I thought I would try it anyways. But let's take a look. Wow, I'm very surprised I got a 10. But we will take that for sure. That's a very solid one. Mitch Marner, this is probably the highest value raw Young Guns in the lot, so getting this in a 10 would be a pretty big deal. He's about 150 raw. I want to say he's about 4 to 450 in a PSA 10 right now, so let's take a look. Wow, that is huge, guys. That is massive. That is a very solid increase on that one. Up to 450. We will take that all day. All right, this one next here, Tim Stutzel. Would love to see this one at a 10. This kid has a super bright future. I think he could be a 50 goal scorer easily, 100-point guy on the regular. So would love to see a 10 on this one. Nice, PSA 10, that's huge. I don't know if he's much in a 10 now, but he's a good one to hold on to long term. I think it's something that definitely has the possibility to rise. Nugent Hopkins, this guy proves time and time again why he was a first overall pick. He's a phenomenal player. Just gets overshadowed by McDavid and Draisaitl, but these have a pretty tough gem rate, so I'm definitely not expecting a 10 here. But I will take one. There we go, PSA 10, Nugent Hopkins. I can't believe how well this order's gone so far. I've honestly never had anything like this. This is nuts. Morgan Riley, Leafs guy. This sells really well, raw 9 or 10. So I kind of just sent this one in for, just to see. But we'll take a PSA 10. That's probably going to be a really good increase. I don't imagine his pop is crazy high, but let's check out here. Johnny Gaudreau, another guy that always has a pretty strong increase from a raw to a 10. So I'd like to see 10 here. This one was really clean. Oh, well, there's our loss of the order, I guess, PSA 8. Johnny Gaudreau, whatever. I mean, with the rest of the 10s we've had, that's fine. I'll take 1-8. Not too upset about that. And, oh, here we go. So this is the last card here. So I bought this at a local show for $100. It's a Patrick Waugh rookie. I kind of just said, let's check it out, test it. I honestly think this has a chance at an 8. This card is fairly clean. It's just 2 corners there that might stop it. So I'll be happy with the 7. I'll be okay with the 6. I'll understand if it's a 6. But we really, really want to see an 8 here. But again, I paid $100 for this card, so I can't really lose. But let's check it out. PSA 9 Patrick Waugh rookie. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Guys, this card does not look like a PSA 9 in my opinion, but I will take that all day. Oh, I can't believe that got a PSA 9. That is absolutely insane. I feel like that's at least $1,000 card or more. I'll post a sale up right here for you guys to take a look at. That is huge. That is a massive grade. That card did not, like, even the centering on the back there, if you look, that does not look like a PSA 10. That is going to be a crazy increase. I paid $100 for that card, guys. $100 for that Patrick Waugh, and I got a PSA 9. That is an absolutely insane increase. I think that's the rest. That's the rest of the order as well, guys. That has to be the most insane PSA order I have ever seen in my entire life. I cannot believe that Waugh is a 9. I'll do a little order total here at the end for you guys to see what the entire submission comps out at, so you guys can take a look at the total value. In total, I'm into this now after the Toronto Expo with all my smaller Young Gun sales. I'm into it for about $1,000, and the grading fee that came out of my bank account was right around $1,100. So we're into this about $2,100, so we'll see what the profit is right here. I'd imagine it's going to be really good, but I am very, very excited to have this come in and share this one with you guys. Wow, I can't believe that. So I just took a look. We went 29 for 39 on PSA 10s. And again, I guess you could say we went 30 for 29 with that Waugh included. So that gem rate is phenomenal. It's right around 80%. That is one of the most insane submissions I've ever seen, let alone mine for sure. Mine have been horrible recently, but to get that many 10s in there that's going to be a crazy submission to get back and slowly start to unload. But yeah, drop a like, guys, on this video and a comment if you can for one of the most insane PSA submissions I've ever seen. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit me up on Instagram if you want any of these cards. My eBay link is in the description as well, so a lot of them will be posted up there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys again soon.